Hey everybody, Lauren Doyle here, your favorite intuition teacher and coach. And today I was asked a few questions about my video yesterday, and so I'm going to answer those. So one is, what exactly do I mean by premonitions? And two, how do you prepare for those? Because I said, you get a premonition of something that's going to happen, and you may not like what is going to happen, but because you have them, you can be prepared for when that situation does happen. So what are premonitions? So let me kind of back up a little bit and explain. This video might be a little long, but it'll explain a lot of things here. And I'm going to get super woo-woo on you today, I think. So what I am really good at, and I don't know why, maybe it's my gift or talent or whatever, is that I can see patterns where no one else can see patterns. So I can see a pattern in anything, within a business, within a person, within behaviors, within relationships, within whatever. Energetic patterns. So I see patterns in places that most people can't see them or don't notice them. And so when I work with clients, and even with my own friends or people that are close to me, I recognize patterns very, very quickly. And so it's important to know that, and it's actually a trainable skill. So one of the things that I help people look for when working with them, and again, just even in my own personal relationships, is to start recognizing where their patterns are, because I can see them very clearly and quickly. So helping people recognize where their patterns are. But the key is not telling someone what to do during those times. So when they're in their patterns, it's what I talked about before. It's like helping people sort of bounce off of a periphery so that they can self-discover through their patterns and have epiphanies, and that is the way to break them. So each time, especially working with someone, you may go through their patterns, micro patterns and then macro patterns, a few times before they finally are able to break through their pattern and have massive transformational breakthroughs. And so when I was talking about premonitions yesterday, a premonition is literally, because I can see those patterns, but there's another piece to it as well. There's a highly intuitive piece to that premonitions are points in time where the highest opportunity for a shift, a big, massive shift in patterns to happen. So that's why I was saying, when I can see where these points are and about the time frame of when they're going to come up, or who they're going to come up connected to, then that's where I really struggle, because I can see that is a huge opportunity for someone to shift and have these huge transformations in themselves. And when you have those big transformations in something like that, it affects everything else in your life. So all these other things that were also getting stuck will also become unlocked. So for me, it's really exciting to see those premonitions, or those points in time where there's the biggest opportunity for shift and growth for that person, the greatest opportunity for a disrupt in the patterns. And all I can do is give a warning, right? And give the insight of what to look for or what to choose, and giving the person, if I give them that information, the freedom. They have their own self-freedom in that period of time to make the choices for themselves, because that's the only way it's going to shift. So I can't influence what that is. Now, I can give a warning to, like, there's no wrong way. It's just one way is going to end up being much harder, and it's going to keep you stuck in that pattern, and you'll have to go through it again and in a different way. Or you can, basically take the fast route, which is like leaning into that fear piece and actually having those massive transformations. So the other piece of that is, when you are faced with those opportunities that happen, that those premonition pieces are, as someone outside of it, right? The key is, and especially if it affects you, if it's someone you're connected to and it affects you, is to remain neutral. So people think, oh, you're seeking happiness, or oh, it's painful. And yes, there's pieces of both in there. But the key is to find the balance between that. And so I explain to people a lot of times, everything within the universe is seeking balance. So even when you look on a cellular level, what even happens between, salt and water in the cells. It's like everything is trying to find this balance point. And so how do you find balance when it can be quite painful? And it truly is that you must know that it's not about you, and that even though it hurts because you're a part of the story, the pain comes from being sucked into the story and participating with it. So as long as you can keep yourself centered and realize that you don't have to participate in that story, that you can witness it as outside of you, and that you just have to kind of remain neutral and centered through it all, then it's a little bit easier. So I hope that kind of helped explain what I meant by premonitions yesterday, and what they are, and how they happen, and how to basically survive through other people's things that they do that could affect you. So hope you had a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.